started for our English yesterday, talk to the person next to you. What did we do yesterday in our English lesson? Talk to the person next to you. Okay. Everyone. Who can tell me what we did yesterday for our English lesson? Marie.
We had to make our own success list for street child.
Good. We looked at making a success list for what type of writing? For street child. What type of writing are we looking at? So we were looking at street child. What were we looking at, Vin?
The description.
The description. We were looking at the descriptive writing of street child. And we looked at what makes a good description. And you thought of your success list. Who can give me an example of what was on your success list yesterday? Past tense, good girl. Max. Punctuation, good boy. So make the reader go inside your story. What was that word we used yesterday when it makes you go inside the story? You think it's very realistic, good girl. You think it's really realistic. Jacqueline?
Lots of suspense.
Lots of suspense. Why suspense? What does suspense do, Jason? Good boy, it makes you read on. Anybody else apart from Jacqueline and Jessica? Meanwhile? Paragraphs. Good girl. The accent. What kind of accent was Street Child using? What kind of accent do they have in Street Child? We talked about this yesterday. Matthew?
Slang.
Slang. What country are we in?
East London.
East of London. Good. It was Cockney rhyming slang, wasn't it? So we're in the East End of London. So we looked at Street Child yesterday. We did a success list. What else did we do? So we did a success list. And I'm going to put success list, abbreviated it. Success list. What else did we do yesterday? What did we think about? Dana?
We wrote on a pyramid for ideas and VCOP.
VCOP. We did a VCOP thinking about what makes a good descriptive paragraph. Good girl. We're moving on today and we're going to use the ideas from yesterday's lesson into today's lesson. Okay, so we're moving on. Now let's have a look at today's lesson. Today we are learning to write a descriptive paragraph. Just one paragraph today. Now our task, you are going to write about your experience. Not in London. You're going to think about your own learning. Where are we? Where do we live? Where do we live? Mikan. We live in Ho Chi Minh City. In what country? What country are you in? In Vietnam. So we're going to think we're in Vietnam, in Ho Chi Minh City. And we're going to base it on the street child. You are lost and alone in the mean streets of Ho Chi Minh City. You are alone and hungry. You are an orphan. What does orphan mean? If you are an orphan, Lynn, what does orphan mean? Good girl. People that don't have mums and dads for some reason. There'll be lots of different reasons. But children that don't have mums and dads to take care of them. So that's an orphan. You're very lucky though, aren't you? You've all got mums and dads or granddads and grandparents to look after you. You're very lucky. But some children in Victoria, Britain, didn't have mums and dads, so they were orphans. So you're going to link it now to your learning here. You're going to think and you're going to be creative. So you're going to have to really use your imaginations today. Now I've got something to show you, so close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Open your eyes, please. Who recognises where this is? Where is this? Where is this? Who recognises it? Max? One of the street markets in Ho Chi Minh City. I want you to have a look at this. How does it make you feel? What can you see? What do you think if you're standing there, what can you hear? Maybe if you were eating something, what were you eating? What were you touching? What did you really feel? have a little look at that picture. Talk to the person next to you. What immediately, what do you think about that picture? Yeah, so think about the sound. Okay, I've got something else. Something else. You ready? This will really help you. Let's have a little look. So you're in Vietnam, you're in the markets, you're walking around, you're alone. Look, what can you see? You're walking through the streets and you're all alone. There's no one there with you. What are you looking for? Who's he? Oh, someone came up right behind you there. How do you think that makes you feel if a motorbike is coming up right behind you? Oh, how's that going to make you feel? Oh, you're very hungry, look. Oh. Very hungry. What are you going to do? Oh, look at that rubbish. What does the rubbish smell like in Vietnam? You know, the weather is what? The weather is hot. So think about the words you could use for the rubbish. Right. Be thinking about those sounds. Be thinking about what you hear. What I want you to do now is thinking about this image and those sounds, and I'll keep playing it. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to think about some descriptive sentences based on yesterday's work. Don't forget your success list in your VCOP that you did yesterday. I want you to think of some descriptive sentences using complex sentences that we've been talking about this week in grammar. Don't forget your complex sentences and your, what other sentence could you use? Your compound and simple. Do I want you to use just one type of sentence? You use a variety. Good. I'm going to give you 5 minutes. I'm going to press play again so you can really hear and listen. We're going to roll back the carpet. You're going to work with your partner that you worked with yesterday, and you're going to record your ideas on the floor using a board pen. So very sensibly off the carpet, move the carpet and we're going to get a board pen. Well done, very sensible. I've got 2 things to hold now. Right, so with your partner that you worked on a VCOP with, you can spread out. Do you want me to write the central theme? Or where do you want me to write the main thing? Here? Ho Chi Minh City Street description. There we are. So find yourself a space. Think about sentences. Yeah. Good. So now how did you get that into a complex sentence? Now, when it's plural, ducks, it's a verb, maybe your subject verb agreement. Ducks were quacking, praying to be, people shouting angrily. Duck yelling. Good girl. Ducks yelling for help. Why? Because they, not be, because they, good girl, because they are trapped. Where are they trapped? Streets that, subject verb agreement. Fish flapping their tails because there's a trap. Think of words. I can see some brilliant sentences. You're being creative, you're being descriptive, you're using complex sentences. So you're using connectives, you're using adjectives, you're using adverbs, all the things we've been talking about in our grammar lesson. So well done. Who's got a brilliant idea that they would like to share with the class? Who's got a really good idea? Who's going to share their sentence? Go on, Jessica.
Although I was starving, I walked through a street full of delicious food.
Keep going.
I felt like grabbing some meat and running away.
Oh, starving, that's a great wow word. Who else has got a sentence they'd like to share with everybody? Jacqueline.
The rough man glanced at me, immediately screamed, "Get off my land, punk," and swatted me away.
Wow, you've got some speech in there. That's excellent. So you've got some wow words. How does it make you feel? How should your writing make you feel? What do you think, Jacqueline? How should your writing make you feel?
It would feel really angry and sad.
Sad and angry. Because how are you feeling right now, Ginny? You're all alone. How are you feeling? Lonely. Oh dear. Is there anybody to look after you?
No.
Have you eaten? You haven't. So how are you feeling, Tony? Starving. What a great word. Who else has got a sentence? Christine, off you go. Yeah, you.
As I walked through the streets of Ho Chi Minh City, the scent of roasted
Speak up.
flew up my nose. I was famished.
Oh my goodness, I'm going to repeat that, Christine, so everybody could hear. As I walked through the streets of Ho Chi Minh City, the scent of roasted pig flew up my nose. What's that? Speak up.
Metaphor.
It's a metaphor. Flew up my nose. Can roasted pig fly up your nose? No, it's a metaphor. Flew up my nose. I was famished. What does famished mean? Tony, what does famished mean?
That means he really wants to eat it.
Really wants, he's famished, really, really hungry. Okay, now, I want you to think of a really great opener to your paragraph. What's your attention grabber that we talked about yesterday in our success list? What's our attention grabber? When you think of a way to start your paragraph, write some ideas down.